All right, hello students. Today we're moving on to lesson number 5. We're going to talk about polygon areas of polygons like this. These are called composite figures because there's multiple shapes in this figure, and we're going to go ahead and kind of talk about how we deconstruct them and how we come up with the area of this type of polygon. It says the opening exercise. Here is an aerial view of a woodlot. Sorry, I was a little smaller than I could see. So we're gonna have to find the area of this. So we're not gonna find the area of this. We're gonna talk about kind of how we kind of break this up with the different measurements. So we look at what they give us. They give us the length of AB is 10 units. So here's A, here's B. That length right there is 10 units. Let's just go ahead and fill them in as we go. So AB is 10 units. So this right here is 10 units. So we can go ahead and put 10. Sorry, you also should have a pencil on this assignment because we're going to be kind of using this in 2 different exercises. So please make sure you have a pencil so you can have, or even 2 different colored pens would work because we're going to be using these different lengths on 2 different problems. And we're going to use the same figure. All right, sorry, moving on to FE. So here's F, here's E. So this length right here would be 8. So let's go ahead and label that 8. AF, so here's A and here's F. This is 6. This is just based on what they're telling us. And then DE, so I find D and I find E. DE right here is 7. So I just go ahead and labeled kind of what they gave me. And now we're going to find the length of the other 2 sides. So we're going to find the length here of DC and we're going to find the length here of BC. Right, so DC is right here. So we're going to find the length of this part right here. Well, if from A to B is 10, right, that means and F to E is 8, so we need to find this extra piece right here. We would subtract these two. 10 minus 8 would be 2, so DC would have to be 2 units. So let's go ahead and put 2U for 2 units. Now we have BC, where here's B and here's C. So BC runs all the way up and down here. Well, A and F kind of go to about right here, and ED go all the rest of the way. So we can just simply add these 2 together, which is 6 plus 7 is 13. So that would be a 13 units. Okay, so all we're doing is kind of using the units that were given to us and kind of breaking it down into parts that we need. All right, so now we're going to use the same shape or same figure once again, and we're going to go over the kind of the second piece. So you can either erase these if you use pencil, or you can take out a different color. Like I'm going to use red, and I'm going to kind of label them now with a different color. I'm actually going to erase them as well, but you don't have to. I'm just going to erase them to kind of help you see it a little bit easier. What or how we figure out those missing pieces, because this is important. You have to figure out the missing pieces to find the area, because they're not always going to give you all of the area or all the sides. On the next one, it says DC is 10. So here's DC. This is 10 units. So you kind of have to forget about what we just did. Before this was 2. Now it's 10. FE is 30. AF is 28, so we find A and F, so this is 28. And now BC, so B and C right here is 54. So now we're going to find the length of AB. So here's A and B. So A is the F or EF section and the DC section combined. So we add those together. 30 plus 10 is 40. So this would be a 40 units. So go ahead and put 40U. And the other one, we're going to find DE. So here's DE. Well, if from here to here is 54, and we look over here on the other side, this is 28. So this part right here would be like the 28. We want to know now what is the length. Well, this is a subtraction problem. So now we have the 54 minus the 28, 54 minus 28. That should give us 26. And of course, we're talking about units. So when you're doing this, you have to look for, okay, I need this section. Well, what can I either combine with it to get a section I know, or what can I just simply combine together like we did with the 40, the 30, and 10? Those two lines make up this long line. Well, AF and DE make up this line. Oops, I forgot to label that part 26. Let's go ahead and put that in real quick. And this is 26. All right, so that's kind of the first part, just kind of understanding how to fill in the missing pieces of these composite figures. So go ahead and stop the video, or we're going to go and stop the video. We're going to move on to the next video.